How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Timberborn, a game all about playing with your beavers and looking after them, making sure they're fed, making sure they're watered, making sure they have enough room to grow and expand. It's a colony management game, is what I'm getting at. Now, I have played Timberborn here on the channel before, but that was a long time ago, and the game has updated since. In fact, Update 2 came out recently, and Update 2 has terraforming and golems, which is something that I just can't pass up. So I thought this would be a really good opportunity to make good on a promise that I made in that last Timberborn series. I said we were going to start a new game, and instead of playing as the Folktails, who are easygoing but hardworking and expert farmers, and they respect nature and it rewards them with plentiful bounties, this time we're going to play as the Iron Teeth, which is a faction of defectors of the traditional timber ways. They mastered iron and science to build advanced machinery. They achieve progress through ingenuity, efficiency, and disregard for the environment. Their motto is work hard, work hard. So we're going to be playing as the Iron Teeth. If you want to see the good old Folktales series, I will try to remember to put a link in the video description that'll take you to the playlist for the first Timberborn series, but this time it's going to be about the Iron Teeth. Now, in terms of map selection, I can click on all of these and it doesn't really give a preview of what we have, but we did play on the Plains map in the first series, so even though it's recommended, I'm not going to be going with that. What I'm thinking is 1,000 Islands. It is a 256 by 256 map. It's just as big as the Plains, and I'm not gonna lie, I've looked at it a little bit and it seems like it will have an interesting challenge. So 1,000 Islands it is. We're gonna be the Iron Teeth, and we're gonna be playing on normal, I think. I have put a couple of hours into relearn Timberborn, but I don't really feel confident going any further than normal. I want a challenge. My settlement's going to start with moderate resources, and droughts are going to be milder at the beginning but intensify over time. And if you are new to Timberborn, droughts are kind of a big deal. And so here we are. We have 7 adult beavers. We have 4 children right now, and I'm going to pause the game because there's a lot of things that we have to prepare for. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about droughts for those of you that are new to the game. So, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of water around here, and that's something that my beavers need. They need water, they need it to drink, and we need water for plants like these berry bushes and these trees and anything that we grow to survive. So, every now and then, a drought is going to start, and all of this water, or at least a lot of this water, is going to go away for a while. So the source of all this water on this map is up here, and if we sort of scooch all the way down to the other end of the map, this is where it's going to. Now, some of these deeper sections of water will sort of retain water during a drought. They act sort of like reservoirs, and something I can do, because of course we're beavers, is build a dam. I can build dams, I can build levees, and I can create artificial reservoirs where we can store water during a drought. And that's something that we're going to have to do eventually, but for now, for the beginning, I just want to get started. So let's go ahead and secure some kind of food source. Let's secure some sources of water. Let's work towards getting them somewhere to live and just different places to work. So this building right here is our district center. And what we can do is increase the number of workers here. And essentially, anyone working here is going to work as a bit of a hauler. They're going to go around and just pick up different things, transport it to where it needs to go. And so I'm going to increase the number of workplace slots. We'll run the game for a second. And now we have 4 people working at the district center. I'm going to reduce the priority of work at the district center, though, so that this is sort of a backup thing. So if we end up with any beavers that don't have something to do, they can go and work at the district center. And we can do similar things with a hauling post, which is a building we can construct that will hire more haulers. We can set it to low priority so that transporting goods is sort of a backup job. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. You can see there that it requires a couple of different materials, 20 logs and 10 planks. We don't have planks. We also don't have logs. So that's actually where we're going to get started. In fact, again, getting ahead of myself. Let's sort out food. Let's sort out food, and let's sort out water. So food initially is going to come from these berries. So if we go into the food tab, we can get a gatherer flag. And if I place this thing, say, right about here, any beaver that works here, once it's built, will gather berries from within that blue outline. So all of these bushes, we can gather those. And this actually needs to be a bit of a higher priority workplace. And we're also going to prioritize blueberries because that's the only thing I want them working on. In terms of construction, well, the priority doesn't really matter too much there. So that's going to be where we get all of our berries from. In terms of water, we want to get some deep water pumps. Now, I actually want 2 of these. I'm going to be honest. And what we can do is put one right about here and one right about there. And if I was to just rotate around, where's the door? The door's on this side. So we want to connect it to a couple of paths just like this. And we can also bring that path right down, connecting it to the district center. And what we can also do is just across from these, work on some small water tanks so that we can store the water. We'll do 4 of them actually, so that we can store the water right across the street, so that we don't have to go too far to move that into storage, so that it's right there. Reduce the journey times, and that'll keep us nice and efficient, I think. Now, what I'll also do is connect our gathering spot to the road as well, and I'm also going to try and connect to these natural stairs, because I would like access to all of these trees. I do want to get some wood cutting going as quickly as possible. So let's go into demolish buildings and resources. Let's mark some resources for demolition. And so we're going to mark that bush and that little tree just so we can get a path through there. And we'll go into assign priorities and say, I want that to be a top priority so that that gets done nice and quickly. So now we'll run the game and we should see those things get cleared out. We should see this get built. And we should see a beaver start working there. And as you can see, we have Jaws. We have John. We have John the beaver working at the gathering spot there. So let's go ahead and connect up the stairs. And so now we have a source of food. But this water situation is still a water situation. It's still bad because we don't have logs. And so that is where a lumberjack flag is going to come in. And so what I'm going to do is actually build, say, 3 of these guys. We'll go for 3 lumberjacks. We'll get those guys connected to the road just like this. And I'm going to go into cut trees and designate this entire island as a wood cutting space so that the beavers at those lumberjack flags can essentially just chop down absolutely everything. They won't touch the berries. They will only go for trees on this island, but absolutely everything on this island can, at least now, be chopped down. At least it will be once these guys get built, which shouldn't take too long. And as soon as they are built, there you go. We've got some beavers heading out, chopping down some trees. That's going to give us a supply of logs. You can see right at the top there that was at 4. The reason it's gone down is because they're supplying the buildings. Now, what we're going to do is prioritize construction on the 2 deep water pumps. One of them's already done. We'll get the other one built, and then I'm going to just let them build the small water tanks as well. Each of those is going to take 15 logs. Also, they don't work at night. They're going to want to go to sleep, but they don't have anywhere to sleep, so they're going to be sleeping out in the cold for now. But we have a source of food. We have a source of water. We have a beaver working in here as well, so we're okay. That's a safe, comfortable little start. Not perfect, far from it. There's a lot more to do. It wouldn't be much of a game, really, if I was like, hey, so we're 10 minutes in, that's going to do us. Thanks for watching Timberborn, everybody. I'm going to leave it there for the game for now. No, there's a lot. There is seriously a lot more to do. What I want to do, though, is I want to get an industrial log pile. Now, this building is unique to the Iron Teeth. It can store up to 180 logs, and so I'm going to build it right about there. And what's cool about this, you might have noticed, I can build on top of this if I want to. There is verticality to Timberborn that's really exciting, and it's something I do want to play with. But I also, for now, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. I just want the log pile for storage there. And what I'm also going to do is get a small warehouse, and I'm just going to put it right there, and I'm going to put another one right there. And that's going to give us some storage right by the district center, which I think is going to be fantastic. And we'll just let the beavers go ahead and get those built in, you know, whatever time they feel like building it, really. Although I am going to say that I want to demolish these resources just so I can get a path around there and get this all connected. So prioritize that. They'll tear those down. Everything will be fine. We should see these guys getting worked on, and we absolutely do. So pretty soon, even though we can, I should say, store water in the pumps themselves, pretty soon we should be able to store water in those tanks. And each tank can hold up to 30 water. Although if we do want to store more than that, we can eventually unlock a large water tank, which can store 10 times as much. It can store up to 300 water. But to do that, well, we need 120 science. And actually, at the moment, we're not generating any science. In fact, at the moment, we are in a bit of a pickle because we have currently got 8 adult beavers, 3 children. We have 8 beavers that are employed. They're working. There's 2 vacancies, and there's no one unemployed. So we kind of need the kids to grow up a little bit. We also kind of need these guys to get some water. So let's prioritize constructing this just so that one of the tanks gets done. And let's start taking a look at expanding the population, because that is something we need to stay on top of. Now, interestingly, the Iron Teeth have breeding pods, and this is their preferred and only way to reproduce. It's unique to the faction, and essentially, nutrients are brought by haulers, the unemployed, and workers after work. For 5 water and 5 berries and a bit of time, we'll get a new beaver. It's a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit weird, but we'll just go ahead and get a few of these. I think what we'll do is we'll get 3 of them at the back of the city hall or the district center, and we'll also mark that tree just so I can get a path around there as well. In fact, yeah, just mark that. It's fine. Let's bring these paths around here, get these guys all nicely connected, and see if we can start getting some new beavers in here. Start expanding the population and all that good stuff. All right, so now that that's going ahead, I guess we should start looking towards science, and we should start looking towards a farm as well as a grill. But again, I'm getting carried away. I know what kind of setup I want here, but I'm not trying to rush through the setup. I'm just trying to get there so that these guys don't start dying on me because they're hungry. So let's start with science, and for that we're going to need an inventor. And if we have an inventor and they're working, every hour they will generate 1 science. So essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an inventor. I could put him there, but I'm kind of tempted to put the inventor like up here, way out of in the middle of nowhere, just to be a bit weird, because I think that would be kind of fun. It just seems like having a crazy inventor on the hill. Putting them so far away seems stupid, but I think I'm gonna. To be honest, I think I'm gonna. Let's do that for a bit of fun, and let's also mark some resources for demolition so that we can get out to the inventor. And so what we'll do is something a bit like that, and I'll go ahead and just prioritize tearing those out so that we can get the path in there as quickly as possible. So if my beavers wouldn't mind, although I think they are working on this right now, we can get those resources out. I can go to paths, and I can hopefully bring a little something over this way. So we'll get those bits out. I'll connect this all up. This thing is not really a priority. I'm not really super concerned if we get the inventor super quickly. Science can kind of wait, because at the minute I can build everything else that we deem essential. And, actually, we probably do want to prioritize these guys, because that one water tank is actually full. So prioritize all of the water tanks over everything else. Let's get these things done. And while that's going on, let's get a farm. So if we build a farmhouse, I'm thinking we can build it... Well, we can kind of build this anywhere, to be quite honest. I think what I'll do, though, is build one... Actually, where do I want to build this? This, it's not this big of a deal, but I want it to be somewhere nice, you know? I do want the farmhouse to be somewhere nice. What about down there? Although I could put more water in that little spot, but... no. What about here? That could be an interesting spot. I think, honestly, I'm just going to go for something really simple right now. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. So we'll go for here is what we'll do. And actually, I realize we probably want a bridge in here at some point. So let's bring a path just straight to... Let's sort of go out like this and just gradually come down. We can go straight across like this and eventually get a bridge in there. But once the farmhouse is built, which does need to be a priority, and working there needs to be a priority, they also need to prioritize potatoes, and I want them planting things as a priority. We can go into plant crops, we can go into plant potatoes, and I'm just going to mark all of this space, and honestly all of this space as well, except for that one bit there. I want to cancel that one. All of this space is going to be for growing potatoes. And the reason for that is because if I go back into food, I can get a grill. And if we can get someone working in a grill, they can turn, at least I believe it's a grill. Yeah, they can turn a single potato using 1 potato and 0.1 logs and about half an hour into 4 grilled potatoes. So they can turn 1 food item into 4. In fact, I don't even think potatoes in the raw form are considered food items. So this is going to be very important. And I also think this is a good spot for the grill. So let's prioritize that, prioritize working there, and prioritize grilled potatoes. So at this point, we actually have a really good amount of water. We can store up to 3, 6, 9, 12 right there, plus 30 in these guys. So we can store up to 150 water, which at this stage is probably enough to keep us going. Food-wise, 82 berries with more to go is not too bad. We also have got the farm going, so we do now have beavers working to plant the potatoes. We should have the grill coming along. We absolutely do. 6 out of 25 logs in there. These warehouses aren't getting worked on. And actually, we should probably get these breeding pods going as well. Maybe we make those a slightly lesser priority so that these guys get done after the grill gets done. And then the scientist is kind of whatever. I think I'm going to bring the priority on this thing down a little bit so that this will get done after the inventor. And that should keep us pretty good. In fact, storage can even be an even lower priority. So storage gets done after the inventor. So essentially grill, breeding pods, this guy, no, grill, breeding pods, inventor, this guy, and then storage. That's our current priority in terms of construction. And actually thinking about it, we don't really need anyone working in the grill right now. So let's make it a super low priority because we don't have potatoes and they are going to take about 6 days to grow. So it's completely unnecessary to have anyone there. And I guess at this point, really, the only thing left to worry about is going to be where the beavers live. And the only option we have right now is actually a barrack, which can house up to 10 beavers. And we have 10 adults and 1 child, with potentially 3 more coming at a time. So we might want 2 of these, to be quite honest. We might want to put one, say, here and one there. And I mean, these things take 40 logs, which is quite a lot. But to be fair, there's still plenty of trees to be chopped down. So let's give it a shot. Let's do a barracks there and a barracks right there. We'll go ahead and get those connected across the middle like this. And we'll bring some paths down the sides like this, just so people can get around a little bit better. And actually, let me just go and demolish this little section of path right there, just for the sake of symmetry, right? That's the only reason to get rid of that. But I think this is fine. I think this will be a good little layout. I'm going to make these guys a lesser priority as well, just because I still want my current work order to be the go-to. I kind of need the breeding pods so that we can get the population up a little bit. And there we go. We actually have one already. So pretty soon we should see some berries and some water getting brought to this place. Although I don't think we actually have any. Oh, we do. We do still have one hauler, which is fantastic. So that's nice. That's always good that we have one hauler. Let's, I guess. Oh, I could increase the priority on the district to get more haulers. Oh, no, we have 2 of them now. Oh, because the last remaining kid just grew up. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Do we have? Yeah, we do. We do have food going in here. So we now have breeding progress, which is weird. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little weird that we're just growing beavers in wooden barrels. It's a little weird. It is a little weird. Also, I've just realized we do have a hungry beaver running around there, so we really need to stay on top of the food situation. I'm actually really glad that I got this thing going when I did, because 34% done already is great. Honestly, let's just turn off the grill for now and let that other beaver, I guess, go and work at the district center. And in doing that, we should see, and we are seeing, the inventor get built. So now we are generating science, which is fantastic. You can see that up here at the top of the screen. We have 2 science right now. The industrial log pile has been built as well. So now we are storing logs in there rather than in the lumberjack flags. And so I guess the next priority is, well, the next priority honestly probably should be housing over storage. In fact, how much food is in there? None. Ooh. Oh, we are out of food now. That's a little concerning. I'll tell you what, let's get another gatherer going, and let's prioritize both the construction and the work so that we can maybe double the amount of berries we're collecting in a day. That way, hopefully, things kind of work out. Now, do we have any? We do have a couple of guys there. I'm not 100% sure why this isn't getting built. I'm gonna be honest, that's actually really concerning that they're not building the gatherer there. Although I don't think, I mean, 1 or 2 of them's running around hungry, but for the most part they're okay. I think we'll manage, to be quite honest. I mean, 56% on the potatoes, so soon enough we'll have some to harvest, and that'll give the grill something to do. So it shouldn't be the end of the world. Although if a drought, well, I mean, a drought isn't going to hit before the potatoes get harvested, so we should be fine. I think we're due a drought in the next, probably in the next couple of minutes, to be quite honest. We are likely to have a drought pop up at any second. It's cycle 1, day 8, so I guess year 1, day 8 right now, and that's fine. Why are you guys not building this? This doesn't require anything. I'm not really sure why they're not building that. Let's make this a priority for a second and see if anyone can build this for me. Although they just seem interested in building the barracks, which I guess is fair. Oh, they already have, okay, so they have both of them, and they have storage as well, and they have this. Okay. So now we're all right. Now we should have a few more berries come in. My beavers are happier than ever, reached the well-being high score of 3. That's fine. And back here, we have got 3 more on the way. So you guys, these 2 are over halfway done, which is a really weird way to describe the growth of beavers in a tank. But sure, you're halfway done. They're halfway done. That's all right. I guess that's just how things are. And oh, they're happy again. Beautiful. I forgot this game had goals. So if I can get their hunger sorted out, they'll potentially go up in happiness. If I can wet their fur, that'll keep them happy. And that reminds me, there are well-being options, such as a teeth grindstone, which I'm going to be honest, sounds horrific, but it is actually a necessary thing. A teeth grindstone is essentially used to sharpen broken teeth, which is likely to happen soon. So I'm going to go ahead and place a teeth grindstone down by the water pumps there, because it is also around now that I'm expecting a beaver to get injured with broken teeth. And if they're injured with broken teeth, they get all sad and miserable and they don't really work efficiently. So getting them that grindstone is going to help them out a lot. Now the potatoes are 89% done there. So that's great news. Probably going to harvest those tomorrow. We're also looking like we have a bit of food in storage now, which is good. Timing wise, I think we're cutting it really close. I think it's safe to say we're cutting it extremely, extremely close. We're not going to have a whole lot of berries in storage, and these things do take a while to regrow, but we are on the brink. In fact, we might get a small harvest today of these. No, I think it is going to be tomorrow. Well, maybe. 97% is not bad. 98%. Yeah, it's going to be a tomorrow thing for the first potato harvest. So let's turn this guy back on. Let's get someone working at the grill. And so there it is. There are our first potatoes. So now, assuming we have 2 people there, which we do, we have buildings that lack materials. What? Oh, you. Yeah, that makes sense. And lacks workers is you. That's fine. We have a couple more beavers on the way shortly, so they can grow up and that'll be all right. But these guys are now harvesting. And so we should see the grill. I mean, we have 2, as you can see there, right up at the top, 2 potatoes in storage. We should see those get moved into the grill, and we should see the number of baked potatoes. There we go, 4. So now the food situation should be all right. I think we're gonna be just fine, and especially since we did just run out of berries. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the. Actually, I'm just going to demolish the gatherers' huts, because it's going to free up 2 beavers and give them other things to do. And honestly, because the berries do take a while to regrow. Well, actually, no, some of them are at like 82%, but regardless, we have the potatoes. That's really all I'm interested in right now. And that's going to keep us going for a little bit, because that is a lot to harvest. In fact, I would be willing to say that we could maybe get a second farm. I've got to be honest, I'm actually really strongly considering saying, you know, mark these guys for demolition and then give me a second farmhouse. Because a second farmhouse, I think, I mean, it's gonna improve the speed at which we harvest all of this, right? So a second farmhouse kind of seems like a really good idea. And we did just free up 2 beavers who could work here. So let's do this. Let's prioritize potatoes as well. And we do have logs getting moved here. We do have 2 guys working at the district center. So very quickly, we should see this thing get built. And very quickly, we should see 2 more beavers going out to start harvesting all the potatoes, which is fantastic. We're also at happiness level 6. So hunger is sorted, grilled potatoes is sorted, thirst, sleep, and shelter is sorted. Wet fur. Let's have a quick look and see how we do that. I think we need to get this, a double shower. A spot where beavers can get refreshed with a shower. It improves the wet fur need. It can have 2 visitors at a time, and it has a maximum depth of 6. We need 50 science to unlock this, which we do have. We have 65 right now. So, I mean, maybe that's what we go for. It seems like a weird first unlock, to be quite honest. I think what I'd prefer is to save up and get something like the platforms or the stairs. In fact, both would be kind of great. In fact, ooh, what do we need for that double shower? Do we need planks? We need planks. I just got ahead of myself again. We need to go into planks, and to get planks, we need power. And to get power, we either need to use a power wheel, which is going to be operated by a beaver and will generate 50 horsepower, or we could get a compact water wheel, which is 40 horsepower per CMS. I'm not really too sure what that means. I know if this thing has flowing water through it and it's fast flowing water, it'll generate power faster. But I'm realizing the only place that we have flowing water right now is here and a little bit here, and it's not very fast. So here's what I'm thinking we do. We have 3 kids, right? We have 11 adults, 3 children. We have 3 more on the way. So let's leverage the fact that we have that. And what I'm going to do... drought in 3 days. There it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a lumber mill right here. And I'm going to go into power and get a power wheel and put it right there. So that power wheel is going to directly power the lumber mill. The lumber mill is where we can make planks, and then planks can go and be turned into, well, eventually planks can be turned into, I believe, gears at a gear workshop. But we need 25 planks to build this thing, and we need 100 science to unlock that. So I think what I'll actually do is I'm going to get a forester who will plant trees and bushes. We need 60 science to unlock it. That seems like a great idea. We need 7 planks to build this, which is totally fine. And so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put a forester. I'm gonna say, I'm thinking there, to be quite honest. I think there is potentially a good spot. Although thinking about it, we have got 217 logs. Let's get rid of one of the lumberjacks, and let's actually just put it right there. So we'll prioritize building this, and we'll also prioritize building the lumber mill and the power. And so what I can also do is go to plant trees and bushes, and we have some choices to make. Birch trees will grow in 9 days and produce 1 log when chopped down. Pine trees will grow in 12 days and produce 2 logs when chopped down. And maple trees will grow in 30 days and produce 8 logs when chopped down. So I think what we do is we go and we split this area into a couple of different sections, right? So we do something like this, and I guess what we can say is that in maybe this middle section, we grow pine trees. And then maybe in this little section right here, we can also grow pine trees. I think down at the bottom here, I'm going to say we grow maple trees, although I kind of need to clear out all those resources. So let's annoyingly do this, which is going to be a bit of, it's going to be a bit of work, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and prioritize it so it gets done nice and quickly. And then we'll keep these trees up here because we can still chop all of these down. But we'll clear these guys out, and we can grow maple trees there, pine trees here. There isn't actually water in there. That might actually cause a problem for some of those pine trees. I'll tell you what, let's clear, so let's clear this planting area, and let's say we're doing pine trees here and pine trees here. And then we can do, I guess, some pine trees on this side as well. So something a bit like that. And then we'll just do, wait, chestnut trees. 24 days and, oh. Is that new? I want to say that's new. I'm pretty sure these guys also generate something that my gatherers can get as well. Interesting. Okay, 24 days and 4 logs. That's not bad. The drought has started. That is bad. So I'll tell you what. Let's do maple. Well, no, let's get this place cleared out. We're actually up to 5 beaver kids as well, which is slightly terrifying. But there's the drought kicking in. And as you can see, the water's gone. Now, it did stay in this space, and it likely will, so some of my potatoes are going to be fine, but these guys are going to dry out in a day. So a lot of my potatoes are going to die, which is obviously bad, but we'll manage. We'll be okay. Oh, this is also going as well. Beautiful. All right, is this thing going to get done? It absolutely is. I think this thing's going to get done quickly, which is the benefit of having the log pile next to it. And then I guess that means that the forester can get built as well. And let's have you prioritize, I guess the pine trees are kind of the big one. So we'll prioritize those. We'll do, I guess, once this is cleared out, I guess we can do like a little section of birch over here. So this can be birch right down to there. We can maybe do maple trees in that space. And I guess this space as well. And then I don't really know what else we can do. I guess we could do like a little section of chestnut trees up here. I think that might be interesting. So let's do Like that area for chestnut trees? I've never grown chestnut trees. And I also don't know if that's in range for this guy. Oh, it is. All right. It's just in range as well. That's perfect. All right. Oh, this is going as well. We're actually producing planks now. Beautiful. All right. That means that the forester is built. So this guy's going to go out and start planting things once the water comes back. Oh, man. I feel so productive. I feel like I'm doing things. Oh, I totally forgot that our kids need berries. All right, so we need a gatherer. We totally forgot about that. All right, let's go to food. Let's get a gatherer. And oh, I don't know, man. I don't know where to put this. Let's just put it there, I guess. Prioritize that. Prioritize the workplace. Prioritize blueberries. Actually, you know what? The workplace is fine. Let's just get this thing built. And we'll get some new beaver kids in here, I guess. I completely forgot that we need berries for new beavers. That's gonna be really weird. It's an odd requirement, needing berries at all times. That's gonna be really strange, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it, I guess. Anyway, I think that's gonna do us for today. I think this is a pretty good little start for the Iron Isles, which is the name of my settlement. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I'm quite happy with this. We have a good supply of food. We have a good supply of water. We've already got plank production going. We're gonna bring the berries back as well and hopefully keep growing the population. We have a really good number of farmers, and research just passed 100, so we can probably go ahead and unlock things like platforms so we can already start bridging over to other islands. Although, if I save up and unlock dams, we can potentially bridge to other islands and also start storing a bit more water, which might be a really good idea. So, it'll be one or the other. We'll decide what we do in the next episode, but yeah, that's going to do us for today. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!